Hello everyone, I'm Astro11 and welcome back to Doki Doki Fruits of the Literature Club mod. Yes, I am back with Doki Doki, and also at the time of this recording, this weekend is Valentine's Day. This Saturday is Valentine's Day at the time of this recording. I'm recording this on a Thursday. I'm recording this way ahead of time because I literally probably will not have time to make a Valentine's Day special video in the next couple days because I'll be busy. So I'm recording this now for you guys. This is my Valentine's video because, you know, Doki Doki is a dating sim type of game, so yeah, I figured, you know what, Doki Doki is a dating sim, psychological horror, why not play Doki Doki and return with the series for Valentine's Day? Now, the series, unfortunately, is not returning permanently for now. I will be taking another big break from it, unfortunately. That's because, I'll be bringing the series back in a bit. When you see Hollow Knight return, once the Breath of the Wild LP is finished, once we beat that game on the channel and we move on to Hollow Knight, once we start playing Hollow Knight and resume that LP, then this series will resume as well. So Hollow Knight and this playthrough will be resuming alongside one another. Yes, you heard that correctly. There's a reason I didn't put this game on the polls. There's a reason I didn't put this game on any of the polls, because I will be bringing back this series alongside Hollow Knight on the channel. So I'll be playing Hollow Knight. I'll be playing Hollow Knight on Switch 2 and doing this series alongside it. So yeah, also the last video I made on this mod, I had a Switch 1. I have a Switch 2 now. Yeah, I've had a Switch 2 for like a month now, over a month. I've had a Switch 2 for over a month. It's a great experience. It's a great system. I love it. I mean, just listen to the. Hold on. Like, just listen to that. It's just so satisfying. It's just so great, man. It's just so great. Anywho, yeah. I have a Switch 2. I've had one for a bit now. Those of you who watch my channel regularly, that's not new. You've seen my Switch 2 videos. I've had several Switch 2 videos by this point. I've had an entire series of Switch 2 games by this point. So, I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Donkey Kong Bonanza are good examples. So yeah, a lot's changed since the last episode. If you're one of the few people who have been exclusively watching this series and nothing else on the channel, I have a Switch 2. I've had one for a bit over a month now. I have a Switch 2. My Switch 2 dock is right in front of me. But a lot has changed in the last couple months. A lot has happened in the last couple months on this channel in terms of series and all that. But I decided to record this game because I want to record this mod. And I want to record this for Valentine's Day. Bring back Doki Doki. Because, you know, Doki Doki is a psychological horror type game. It is also a dating sim. It's considered one. And I also wanted to play this mod again. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting to play Doki Doki again. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting to play Doki Doki quite a bit. For a while now. But let's go and get straight into it and see how it plays out for this episode of the mod. So, yeah, I gotta get used to this game. This is, like a visual novel, so I gotta get used to just reading dialogue again for these videos. Anyway, last time Monika got taken and we're trying to rescue Monika, and we confronted these people who have been annoying the hell out of us and who shot at us. We confronted the people, we attacked them, and now we gotta save Monika. How? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Hope you all still enjoying the series. Hope you all still look forward to the series returning. I know it's been a while. Hope you look forward to the series making a return eventually. Again, once Hollow Knight comes back, this series will also be coming back. Hope you guys look forward to it. Anyway, let's get straight into the mod. It's been 4 minutes of me just fucking yapping, but to be fair, nobody ever watches these videos very much, so I don't expect a great watch time in the first place. So that's why I yap like that. Anyway, normally I wouldn't yap like that in a normal video, but the door opens, slamming shut behind me. I face Doe. Back so soon? Where is she? Keeping my voice calm, I cross my arms and peer to the soul behind his pupils. My, whatever do you mean? He looks up the light smugly. Oh, are you referring to the fact that you neglected Monika? How tragic for a pretty girl like her to be put in this position. Gripping my hands in the fists, I walk closer to him and never take my eyes off his. As I said, step by step, you keep making it easier for us. They have Monika. My options are limited now. As my mind runs through the thousands of scenarios I can take here, only 2 things really pass as possible. Um, uh, I don't know. You might as almost not wearing my headset because I'm wearing my wireless earbuds. I would use my headset, but I was having some issues with the audio within my headset, so. He's not gonna talk if we just sit, let's force him. This is going nowhere. If I want to save Monika, I will have to force him to talk. Gritting my teeth, I turn around and walk out of the room. What, giving up already? Huh, are you serious? Stupid kid. After getting some supplies, I returned to the room with a bucket filled with several items. Oh god. Setting the bucket down next to the door, I walk over to the opposite side of the room. Grabbing a foldable table and stretching it out, I lock the legs in place and push it so it sits against a corner. Returning to the bucket, I delicately reach into it and pull out several neatly wound ropes. Doe sits and watches me. Big man, talking shit just a minute ago, eh? You'll regret your entire life when I'm finished with you. Securing the table in place with some clever tie-downs, I turn around and look Doe in the eyes. Tell me where Monika is. Huh, Ukes. So my right palm against his cheek, he jerks to the side. Damn. I don't want to hear his snarky comments anymore. I'm done playing games with you. Grabbing his face, I force him to look me in the eyes, projecting the disdain and anger I have into his soul. As I stare into my pupils, beads of sweat start to form on his head. Grabbing his collar, I start shaking him back and forth violently. This is gonna be your final chance to where Monika is without getting hurt. He tries to make eye contact with me again as I shake him, but fails to control the direction his head flies. Without a doubt, he has whiplash right now. A whiplash isn't gonna get me my girlfriend back. What? Pulling forward with great strength, the chair tips and he starts to fall. Stepping out of the way, I watch him fall to the dark and cold concrete. Grabbing the back of his shirt, I force him to sit upright again. Have you gone crazy? You can't do this too. I can do whatever I want with you. Taking a step back to get some distance, I walk toward Doe and kick him in the abdomen, knocking the wind out of him and throwing the chair backward. Damn. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have forced the information out of him. Maybe this also isn't a great choice for a Valentine's Day video, but it's Doki Doki. Okay, it's Doki Doki. I felt like this was the most appropriate for a Valentine's Day video, but now I think about it, I mean, we are trying to get back Monika. We're dating Monika. We're with Monika. We're trying to get her back. So in fairness, this kind of fits for Valentine's Day. Kind of fits, you know? It kind of fits. His body gasps in desperation for air. But after successfully throwing off the rhythm of his breathing, he will start to panic as he struggles. Setting him upright yet a second time, I let him regain his breath. Sitting over my parent looking down, I watch as he squirms in pain. This man, the amount of pain he has caused in his lifetime, is much greater than anything I could ever reciprocate to him. But maybe he's locked in here with me for a reason. Maybe this is his punishment. Lowering the tone of my voice, I grace his ear with the disturbing sound of a soft but threatening voice. Where is she? You're quite the vicious brat. You had me actually feeling some form of fear for a little bit there. We're just a tool used by this agency to perform its dirty work. If you're a real man, maybe I would actually fear you. If by a man you picture someone like yourself, then I'm much more than a man. Grabbing him by his coat, I lift him in the chair he sits on and throw him against the table. He struggles and tries to thrash around, but I take my knife out and cut his restraints. Slamming the hilt of my knife against forward, he falls into a daze. Good, this will give me enough time to restrain him to the table. Tying his head, arms, midsection, and legs down around the table, and successfully negate Doe's ability to move. He starts to come to as I walk back across the room toward the bucket. What the hell was that about? Remaining silent as my fingers touch the ice-cold handle of the bucket, I lift it and bring it over to the table. What are you doing? Out of the old metallic bucket, I grab a blowtorch that can be propped with a... Don't tell me he's gonna burn him. Attaching a small bottle of fuel to the tool, I set up the stand. Don't try to look down at me, but all you can do is struggle against the rope. Once finished, I reach back down into the bucket. When I pull my hand out a few seconds later, fresh blood drips from the side of my ring finger. Wait, whoa, hold on. So, fingers touch the ice cold handle of the bucket. I lift it and bring it over to the table. I grab a blowtorch that can be proud of the custom fit stand. Touching a small bottle, I set up the stand. Once finished, I reach back down into the bucket. Wait, why did fresh blood? What? Huh? Turning my gaze into Doe's eyes, I prop the torch up and ignite. The powerful flame comes out in fiery glory. Adjusting the nozzle, I make the flame moderately small. Reaching my down to the bucket, I grab onto something and pull it out. When those eyes focus on it, they widen. What are you doing with a rat? Oh, that's why his hand is bloody? That's why it's dripping blood near his ring finger? Like on his ring finger? Since then, I place the rat back into the bucket and continue adjusting the flame. Once I'm satisfied with the size, I set the stand a moderate distance from Doe's abdomen. Next, I turn the bucket upside down to make sure the rat remains in the bucket. What are you doing? Stop! Why do you seem so surprised? Didn't I tell you earlier you had your final chance? You just told me where Monika was. The rat that's in this bucket is going to be trapped. With the full torture position, the flame will gently hit the side of the bucket. A reception will gradually warm up, causing the rat to force its way out. As the rat digs into Doe's... Yeah, he'll be unable to stop it due to his restraints. Before I turn the torch toward the bucket, my commission phone rings. Pressing the handset to my ear, I cautiously listen. Austin? Monika, where are you? Say it. A loud crash happens from over the phone. Monika screams in pain. Say it! Austin, I'm at the docks. They said... Monika hesitates her next words. Say it! Well, this is taking more wild turn than I thought it would. This is taking a darker turn than I thought. They said send yourself or they'll kill me. Where the dogs are you? I don't know, I think we're at the east side. I can see the tall insurance building in town. Hearing her say that, several men in the background start yelling. Hold on, Monika, I'm on my way. The call drops. An empty feeling surrounds my body. She was about to say I love you too. She was literally about to say I love you. They're hurting her over there. They will all pay, starting with this one. Looks like I didn't need to rely on you for information. Your own people made you useless to me. Turning the nozzle flame, I directed onto the Wait. What? Oh my god. What are you doing? Did you expect me to let you go? No, you're gonna sit here and accept the consequences of your actions. But don't worry, there I can keep you company. Oh my god. Bowing formally. Enjoy your ear. Don't leave me. Pressing my knees against the light switch, I turned the room completely dark. No. Walking through dimly lit hallway, making my way back to Julia's office. Bro, bro, that's brutal. Leaving the rat in there with him? Oh my god. That's brutal. That's actually brutal. Jesus, that is... Wow. I got no words for that, man. That is... Wow. Gotta hydrate people, you know? Gotta hydrate. Anywho, when I entered the room, both Julia and Miyuki look at me. Is everything alright? Get me a new pair of clothes, preferably black colored. That answers my question. What is going on? Slowing my advance to the room, I stopped short of the door, placed my hand against the wall in frustration. I don't know much time with Julia's questions. Doe refused to talk. I got a call from your cell phone. It turns out she's my bait. I'm being lured to the docks. You're kidding. I'm going after her. At least give me time to set up a proper deck team to support you. It's gonna take too much time. Plus, I don't believe any of our other agents are capable of being prepared quickly tonight. He has a point, ma'am. Then what are you getting at? Are you going alone? Turning my head and staring Julia in the eyes, I once again repeat myself. Get me a new pair of clothes. Alright, here. Julia reaches into her desk and prepares a new outfit for me. It's a normal routine we have set up in case I need to change attire between operations. This is going to be considered one of those times. She hands me a fresh casual outfit, blue jeans, and a black shirt. However, I walk over to the door and pick a black jacket up from a hanger. Removing my tattered and bloody dress shirt, I check my arms in midsection for any serious damage. I catch Miyuki glancing at me and hiding her face. Normally, I'd find this a perfect opportunity to humiliate her and call her out. But right now, I couldn't care less. She's just another pawn being used. I've chosen not to use her today. After being dressed, I count on my remaining ammunition and request a resupply. Tucking magazines in small pockets attached to my belt, I holster my handgun and inspect my knife. Gripping it tightly in my hand, I sit in my posture and encourage myself mentally. Before Julia had the opportunity to stop me, I made my way out of the office and to a courtier. Telling him only docks go, he nods and starts the vehicle. Guess we're heading off for Monika. How about the car approximately 5 blocks away from the port? A decent distance away, but it's going to mitigate my chances of being spotted. Controlling my breathing, keeping my cool, I start to navigate a narrow alleyway along the edge of the maritime district. Using one of my jackets, I put the hood on to cover my head. As I followed the narrow path, I found myself creeping directly up to the outer walls of the cargo bay of the docks. The moonlight shines down in cascades, shadows and figures all around the area. These shadows are going to be my method. Eventually, I reached a small brick wall that I scale. Dropping down the other side, I duck down and look around. The varying colored storage crates line the docks up and down, creating little aisles. Peeking my head out from a nearby corner, I look left and notice 2 adult men walking toward me. Keeping still, I waited until they crossed in front of me. You think that kid is gonna show up? Keep your voice down, idiot. And yes, I think so. He has no choice, alright? He has to show up, or we will kill the bitch. If he was smart, he'd leave her to die. What is this? Leaving both the bloody corpse behind, I tightened my grip on the knife and moved through the shadows. Damn. Nearing a fork in the path ahead, another one of Hagashida's guards walks around the corner. Dashing to the left, I crouched close to the pseudo wall made by the storage containers. His face glued to his phone, so he nearly walks past me. All of them will pay. Peeking at both paths ahead of me, one leads into the industrial area of the docks. The other leads me toward the outskirts. Turning left, I followed the path until I noticed several more guards ahead talking in a group. Slowing the pace of my walking, I kneel aside and contemplate. There are 3 of them, and none look on alert. So, they must be expecting me for a little while longer, eh? Slowly removing a magazine from my belt, I toss them and quickly catch it. Selecting my target, I aim toward the guard on the far left. Throwing the magazine as hard as I can, I watch it soar towards its destination. It crashes against his head. Just quickly he stumbles, I dash to his side and force my knife through his neck. Damn, Jesus. The other 2 guards jump in surprise. Swinging my midsection to the right, I bring my left foot against an incoming guard. Upon making contact with his face, I reach my hand toward the ground to stabilize me. Withdrawing my foot from this oaf's neck, I swing my legs back to throw me right side up. After landing, I throw my right wrist out to block an incoming swing. My wrist makes contact with the guard to my right. Adjusting my grip on the knife, I angle it downward and slash. Sliding through a good chunk of his arm, I use my free hand to throw him over my shoulder. Holding onto his arm, I pull him back at just the last second. The small of his back crashes against my knee. The event will make him gasp out, but the man I kick tries to pick himself up from the ground. As he turns his head up at me, I slam my foot down on his skull. Flicking the blade of my knife to get excess blood off, I grab my magazine from the ground and continue toward the industrial area. Reaching a small chain link fence, I peek through it. All clear. Scaling the fence quickly and quietly, I land inside of a business's yard. Keeping the shadows, I make my way to one of the roads Foster and I came from earlier. And sure enough, there's stairs leading me to the warehouse. The sound of cars passing behind me as I make my way down, mask the eerie echo of the stairs. Finally getting to the bottom of the staircase, I kneel down and check my jacket. It's covered in blood, but in the dark moonlight, it would be difficult to distinguish as such. Looks like a half-decent design. However, I'm going to be in a much more public area now, I can't afford the risk. Taking the jacket off and throwing it over nearby wall and into the water below, make my way toward Doe's warehouse. 2 more guards stood outside the fence where Foster and I had originally entered. This is making me reconsider this. I'm not gonna lie, this is making me reconsider whether I should be recording this for Valentine's Day or not. I'm not gonna lie. This is it's a much more serious mod, a much more brutal one, so you'd think that from the name, the Fruits Literature Club, it'd be, a cheery thing, especially being based on Doki Doki, but nope, it's not very cheery. You know what would be a great video, though? You know what would be a great Doki Doki mod to play for Valentine's Day? Within. Doki Doki Within would be a great mod to play, because, Doki Doki Within, it's you literally date Monika and interesting things happen. So yeah, Doki Doki Within would be the best mod to play for today. But I miss Doki Doki and I want to play this mod. So we gotta finish this mod. Especially so we can play Convergence and other Doki Doki mods. We're so distracted by talking to each other that I can quickly jump over a nearby wall. I'm about to climb up. Sheathing my knife, I look up at the building before me. The warehouse directly behind it, so if I get myself up here, that'll make this a lot easier. Quickly surveying the property, I noticed a power box located near the back of the building that will give me enough height to reach the siding of one of the windows. Letting my foot on the box, I lift myself with the siding and grab onto it. Taking a deep breath while bending both my knees and parting my arms, I leap up as high as I can. Grabbing hold of the siding above me, I place both of my feet against the sides of the window. Taking another deep breath, I look up and spot the edge of a shingled roof. Launching myself upward again, I grab hold of the roof and quickly swing myself onto it. Keeping myself low, I move across the roof toward the warehouse. I should be able to jump far enough across to catch the ledge. I'll be back a few feet. I sprint as fast as I can across the rooftop. When I reach the ledge, I propel myself as far as I can. I start swinging my arms in circles to maintain momentum before stopping them as I start falling near the ledge. Both of my hands slam against the upraised rooftop and catch me from falling. Using my dangling legs, I kick them up rhythmically, to help me pull myself up. Once I clear the ledge, I stand up to look around. The top of the warehouse is what I would expect. Dirt and carried sediment cover the white elastomeric coating. A small divot in the roof reveals stairs to a door. This is what Foster used to get in the management office. Quietly scaling the stairs, I reach for the doorknob. Here, just give me a second, I'm going. Well, he's done. Breaking the neck of the man before he could call, I shove him to the side and enter the building. To the left is a staircase that leads further into the warehouse, and in front of me is a small table surrounded by boxes. Another man to the table, staring up at me, terrified. Where's the girl you were holding captive? He doesn't respond and trembles. I notice his right hand slowly moving toward his midsection. Lunging toward him, I throw both of his arms to the side and grab his neck. Found chance, tell me where she is. Once again, he remains silent. Dropping his body to the ground, I look out a small window that peers into the warehouse. A majority of it is empty, quite contrary to what the picture showed earlier. They move fast, but so can I. Going downstairs quickly, I scout the rooms so I pass for anyone. Eventually, I make my way to the bottom. Looks to be an office for a foreman. The lights are dim, but nevertheless emanate a soft white glow. I notice a chair in the middle of the room that has been toppled over. Crouching to inspect it, I find strands of long, light brown hair on the floor with some specks of blood. The hair is Monika's. Sliding the chair to the right, I look at another door across the empty office. The door is left ajar slightly, revealing that it leads onto the warehouse floor. Gently pushing it open, I walk through the doorway. The outside floor has accumulated enough dust to almost leave footprints, and several sides lead directly in front of me. Numerous armed men stare back at me, suddenly their eyes wide with surprise. 3 held near each other by 10 o'clock. 2 were separated directly in front of me. Diving down and sprinting across the floor, I make my way for the first 3 men. Equipping my knife, I hold a reverse grip and slide to the side of the first guard. All 3 struggle to get a weapon out. Catching my target's arm before he can reach, I shove the blade of the knife into his right ribcage, directly in between the straps of his vest. Keeping my breathing and my eyesight focused, I rip the knife out and shove him to the side. Lurching forward to pass the falling foe, I grab onto the wrist of the second guard. Angling my body clockwise, I throw him over my shoulder. When he hits the ground, I tilt my upper body back to narrowly dodge a swing from the third guard. He has his own knife out now, and the other 2 from across the room are now charging over. Making to my left, my opponent acting accordingly allows me to catch him from the right. Yeah, this makes me think of Final Fantasy VII for whatever reason, like the remake. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me think of the combat and remake. Like remake, the combat's really good. The combat's really good. It's very much so action oriented, and it's real time compared to the original's turn-based combat. But this makes me wish we actually got to engage with the combat. Like playing games where you actually engage with the combat, you actually do the battling yourself. This makes me miss that. For me, the games I love are ones, you engage with the combat. It's not like just reading a book. I can see why I just stopped doing Doki Doki content every now and then. Doki Doki content, it's hard to do for me. It's just, I love it, but it's hard to do for me just because, it's reading a novel. But I still love these mods and I want to play Doki Doki for you guys, so I'm doing it. Damn. Using my left leg, I push myself to the right as fast as I can. Getting underneath his arms, I anchor my left foot in place on the concrete floor. Swinging my right foot against the back of his knees, he loses his balance and falls backward. Catching his moderately length black hair, I hold him up just long enough to bring my blade to... Jesus. Okay. Fading right at the side, one guard stops his advance. Other head directly for me, murder in his eyes as he raises his firearm. The signature size and design of the slide identifies his handgun as an HK USP. I was never has so fast with how versatile the handgun can be. This cartridge could be anything. Even a mishap caused an entire limb of mine to become useless. If I take the remaining obstructions out silently, I can keep my incognito status. I have to be even faster than I am now. Bending my knees, I throw myself forward. The sudden change of my approach causes him to hesitate and also stop his advance. Rolling to his left side, I stand up and throw my elbow into his right temple. Ooh. The sudden impact against his head temporarily stuns him. His arms begin to fall limp. Taking advantage of this, I press both my hands against his chest. Forcing my arms up, I break the grip on his hand, the grip he has on his handgun, and open up an opportunity to attack. Well, Jesus. Damn. If I decide to dodge me with each swing, I'm surveying how he fights. Ripping my same attack pattern, he does the exact same movements as before to dodge them. When I finish my foul swing, I suddenly dash forward and tackle him to the ground. Maneuvering my legs around his neck, I jerk them in his skull clockwise. Oh. Damn. Turning after him, I grab his shoulder inches before he reaches the door. Jesus. 30 seconds to stop my focus, I quickly regained my composure. Leaning against the wall next to the exit, I bow my head for a second and close my eyes. Trying to listen for anyone around me or anything I should take note of, but all I hear is complete silence. I should be safe to move now. Gently turning the metallic doorknob, I silently open the door and exit the warehouse. Now in the backyard, a small stairwell about 10 feet in front of me leads down to a wooden boardwalk. Several people stand at the edge of the boardwalk near a boat. Their bodies are silhouetted in black from the low lighting. The knife that remains glued to my palm reminds me of my mission. They all need to pay. Until I find her, none of them are safe. So that means I close my eyes and reflect on everything I've done just this night alone. Jesus. Yeah, the brutality of this mod is making me reconsider whether I should be recording this for Valentine's Day. But I mean, this is Doki Doki. Valentine's Day should be cheery. It should be. Valentine's Day should be cheery and all. I don't know. I'm sort of reconsidering recording this video. I'm kind of reconsidering. That's what I mean. We've gone this far. We're nearly 30 minutes in. I may as well continue on. Yeah. This is the best idea I had for a Valentine's Day video, because yeah, I can't really do PC games, and I don't really have any games on Switch that are a Valentine's Day type thing, and, you know, I'm a gaming YouTuber, so yeah, that's kind of the best thing I had. I could have looked up Valentine's Day games on Switch/Switch 2, but yeah, I kind of just didn't. Anywho, bending my knees and preparing my body for another assault, I control my breathing and then reopen my eyes. Lunging myself forward, I sprint as fast as I can toward the boat. It's still docked, but that doesn't mean it can't change in a second's notice either. And if Monika's on this boat, it looks carrying me faster than they ever before I shake my head to remove all thought from it. So several individuals I'm approaching all turn out to be dressed in suits and radio gear. There's a clear turn from confusion to surprise when I'm finally noticed. More than halfway to the boat, several of the men aim firearms that vary from handgun to assault. You're really gonna shoot? Do you think that will work on me? I scream out as I remove my handgun from its holster. Swapping both my knife and my firearm between hands, I aim at the first two men charging me. God damn, striking the man on the left 3 times in the upper body, he falls back off the boardwalk and into the water below. Well, damn. Well, damn, dude. Sheesh. The man to the right, I slide next to keep my barrel pointed at his head. He's by tens of for a second, losing his balance, falling into the water like his buddy. Oof. My god. Taking another one down, 2 more from the top side of the small, wait, did that say beam? Bow. Oh. Then I decided to make myself harder for them to hit. I finally reached the end of the boardwalk. Jumping on the deck, I turn and immediately fire 2 rounds into both of the shooters' heads before they can fire back. When both the corpses hit the deck, I turn around and locate the porthole that leads inside. Upon opening a flimsy wooden door, I find Monika inside. She's just straight into the corner of the room, eyes fearfully looking at the reason she had just heard gunshots. Dante covers her mouth, but I can hear her vocalize my name through it. Scanning the room, I determined that for now, we're alone. But the gunfire will attract people, enemy or not. I need Monika out here as quickly as possible. Kneeling beside her, I gently and carefully cut the zip tie, restraining her arms behind her back. She takes the tape off her mouth immediately after regaining control of her hands. Monika's eyes start to tear up. She looks into my eyes for a moment before wrapping her arms around me. And raising her back, I let go a few seconds later to check her for any wounds. Looking up and down her body, she has several bruises and scratches, but nothing too serious. Are you hurt anywhere I can't see? No. Thank you for coming. She tightens her hug. Several of my emotions conflicting with my state of mind, I shake my head again and stand up, bringing Monika up to her feet with me. Listen, we don't have much time. We need to get back to land as soon as possible. Right, let's get going then. When we reach for the knob, the door suddenly flies open and slams into me, throwing me onto my back. Ah, shit. Austin! Looking at the open doorway, another one of Hakashida's operators walks in, aiming a handgun at me. Shit! Cug gets smirk on his face. He stares down at me as he pulls the trigger. What are you doing, you crazy bitch? A smoking hole on the floor sets inches from my abdomen. Oh my god. But the near life-threatening event doesn't surprise me. It's the scene in front of me. Monika is holding the man's arms up, distorting his aim with the handgun. No doubt she saved my life right there. Her eyes project a fire of determination that instantly reignites mine. Getting to my feet and grabbing onto the helpless man in front of me, I lock his wrist between my grip and disarm him. Monika, look away. She looks at me with a faint fog of fear in her eyes. Completely, she turns her head away and tightly shuts her eyes. Riding my head around our assailant's neck, I do what I was bred to do. Setting the body on the ground, Monika turns her gaze to me. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. A slight twinge of sincerity in my voice, I try to offer something in form of consolation. I keep forgetting that there are others out there that don't want to kill. The fear of taking another life is a challenge to get over at first. Well, you become numb to its effects after a while. Eventually, you don't start seeing them as human beings anymore. They become obstacles to you and nothing more. They don't mean anything to you, nor will they ever. For someone like Monika, this is not something she is okay with. However, we have no more time left. Grabbing her wrist, exiting the interior, Monika and I quickly hop off the dike and onto the boardwalk. Both of our paces turning to running, we make our way back along the long and narrow wooden path. My eyes constantly scanning every dark corner and shadow for anyone. I can definitely tell people are more active now that they've heard a gunfight. Successfully making it across the path and back in the lane, I take Monika across the yard and back into the road I came from. If I can make it to the edge of the docks where I came from, we can hide and find a way out of here quietly. Reaching a wall I scaled on my way to the warehouse, I help Monika climb over it. After she lands on the other side, I follow suit. Both of us start to slower pace and stick to the shadows until we reach the signature storage crate aisles from before. This is good, we're near the outskirts of the docks. All of a sudden, the group of people come from one of the aisles in front of us. Pushing our way past them, they all jump as if they were startled. Civilians, maybe? It's too much of a risk to stop and chance. Eventually getting to a small open area, Monika step in the middle of it. Behind us, a ledge that drops into the water. If it wasn't for rusted debris into the water, I would say we could make our way out from there. But that's not an option. Sensing an incredibly large amount of people surrounding us, shadows turn into solid figures of armed men. All in varying outfits, some are wearing suits, some are wearing all black clothing, and some are wearing tactical gear. Damn it, we've been trapped. Well, shit. The armed men close, and on us, a single man in a suit steps out from the mass. Well, this is a surprise. Yeah. I remember this man. Hanzo Higashida, Prime Minister of Japan. Monika gasps behind me. Of all the people that would come here tonight, why you? At first I expected this to be done quick and painlessly. However, I felt necessary to intervene after it took longer than I could accept anymore. Is that why you dispatched a raid on my field office? Correct. It was to line everything up for what I planned days ago. Yeah, once again, you cheat death and reality by showing up here not even a few hours after it. You look beyond fatigued, yet here you are. With the tone of his voice and clenching both of his fists, he plants his eyes directly into my eyes, killing my men with reckless abandon. Normally I'd be fine if you killed a few, I expected that to happen. Call it a patriotic sacrifice from those who were lost. You really are a politician. I had some pretty big shoes to fill. You know, growing up in Japan, I had a traditional family. My father wanted me to continue his work once he retired. Being one of Japan's most prominent politicians, I had no other choice but to learn. Finally, you don't get what you truly want in life unless you take risks and be ruthless in your journey. That's something you and I both have in common, right, Austin? He paused for a second to make direct eye contact with me. However, when I worked during the election period that you were introduced at, things got much harder for me. I had one obstacle that was going to prevent me from getting what I wanted. Let me guess, that's me. A child like you has no real influence on the political world. It was your dear girlfriend's father. You don't mean Izuki? What, didn't think we would figure it out? On a close between him and me, her hands glued to my arm. You two became the entire focus of a specific division I had set up. It didn't take long before we recognized your relationship with her. In fact, it was bittersweet when you were pulled away from her. I didn't want to leave. Gripping my left hand into a fist, I remember the day that Hagashi's men first attempted to take Izuki away from me. It's unfortunate you did. You became somewhat of a side project for me. Unfortunately, one does become more of a burden in my current operations. A side project? What does Izuki's father do to make you create all this? He dug his nose where it didn't belong. Affairs of national security, that is. Still, the main guy you sent out after us, he's in one of our cells not feeling too good right now. He said you're after me because of information. What information could I possibly have that you would go as far as this for? That old cook had too much of a good heart to work with me. I'll let you know a little something. He didn't like that we were going to become the world's leading nuclear superpower. What? It feels good just saying it out loud. Japan will soon become one of the nations that are feared in this despicable world. Times have changed and so much the shift of power. I, Hanzo, the Prime Minister of Japan, will become a name revered by all. Like a true businessman, I will do whatever it takes to achieve my goal. Leading nuclear superpower, you're insinuating nuclear weapons, aren't you? I've sent spies to the major nuclear powers in the world. I've got enough intelligence to skyrocket my country to the top. And since you, Izuki, and the old man were the only ones exposed to such information, I couldn't be jeopardizing my election and my plans. You know that I'm the Prime Minister, I have full resource control to tie all my loose ends. You think you're gonna get away with this? Why are you telling me this? Because I still have use for you, Austin. Any good businessman doesn't let his assets go easily. He smirks devilishly and flicks his index finger off to the side. A lone shot rings out from a distance. Austin? All sound in the world mutes except that of a body falling to the ground behind me. Turning around, Monika is no longer standing by my side as she was before. No! My eyes trembling, I look down at the ground. Monika's clasped body lies at my feet. Blood pours from her chest and... Michelle. What? Please tell me this is not the end. No. Monica? All I can do is watch them gloss over before mine. The sound of her final breath leaving her lungs continuously repeats itself in my mind. Now they have your attention. I'm going to call on you very soon for something. You're going to answer that call and do what I asked you to. Once your little girlfriend's at school will suffer a similar fate. Expect my call in 3 days. Goodbye, Austin. Actually turns his back away from me and starts to walk off, men slowly trailing behind him. Monica, please answer me. Please answer me. Every emotion I've suppressed now violently attempts to erupt out of me. All my problems, all of my hardship, all of my regret, all of my hate. They will pay. Oh my god. I'm going to the spot. There's no turning back. They will all die. Grab my knife and my handgun from the ground. Keep my mouth closed and my vision slaying revenge. I give in to my killer instincts. Wow. Oh my god. That's a way to really kick off this episode with a bang. Oh my god. Oh, so are we now in the future at this point? Monika died. I swear, if there's no good ending for Monika and us, I am going to flip. There better be a good ending where Monika survives. So we got Monika better live in a different ending. Excuse me, policeman looks back out at the road ahead. This is beyond annoying. I hate traffic so much. Anyone from Foster yet about Austin? Nothing yet. I'll let you know if anything comes. Speak to the devil. Can you answer for me? Certainly. He's on speaker. You have a big problem. Foster voice not scared. That isn't good. What is it? Station 4219, ma'am. He's Austin? What are you saying? He's what? Ma'am, he's killing everyone. What? Yeah, he's leaving no server. My stomach instantly begins boiling hot. Throw my door open, I vomit out onto the road. Ma'am? Don't worry about me. God damn, we need to get Austin fast. Foster, where are you and where is he? Foster provides his specific location and Austin's location to Miyuki. After calculation, he's only a few minutes away if he cut through an alleyway. Finding a place to park my car, both Miyuki and I get out and start to run. Once we cross the street and start heading to the docks, I notice a large gathering of emergency vehicles ahead. They're near the entrance of the storage bay. Talking to the right and going into an alleyway, Miyuki and I find a secluded spot to cross a wall. Lay down the other side, I wait for Miyuki to follow, and then continue along the aisle of storage crates. As we get closer to the center of the docks, I start seeing bodies littered to the ground. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, that's because we're pissed. We're probably incredibly pissed about Monika being dead. Though they're still fighting to get her, did they perhaps escape? No. So I see a clearing ahead. Its next door shouldn't be much farther. Turn the final corner ahead, stepping over more corpses. I see Austin standing in the middle of the clearing. Something gives me an off feeling about the scene, so I wave Miyuki to stay back. Revealing myself in the shadows, I walk toward him. Austin? Turns out staring at me, his body covered in dirt, blood, and sweat. His eyes, however, were empty and dark. Shutting my vision down, I look at what he is standing over. It's Monika. Oh my god. Looking around at the countless dead bodies around me, I now realize why Foster called us earlier. Monika died and also went to a rampage and killed everyone he considered a threat. Austin, what happened here? I couldn't keep my promise. He looks at Monika's corpse and out into the dark sea before us. I couldn't save Monika. It's okay, Austin, come with me, okay? We can get you some He raises his hand and turns to look at me. No. Huh? I refuse to go back. What are you talking about? I take a few steps closer to him, but he reaches his hand out to stop me. I'm too much of a danger to go back, Julia. I look at him as he turns around to fully face me. He points around to all the dead bodies. I did this. I didn't let anyone survive. Nor will I ever. Julia, it's too late for me. Austin, no, it isn't. My stomach drops when I think of what he means. But there are no buts. His voice breaks. She was my second chance. In his right hand, he holds his handgun. His nose away from how tightly he's holding it. He points to the ground along with his eyes. I've never seen him like this. Taking a look into his eyes, I now realize that they are not Austin's. They're of a completely broken man. His dream of having a normal life, it all revolved around her. Now she is gone. My priority is to get Austin back as soon as possible so he can rest. I can't put in words what to say to you right now. This is heartbreaking. I'm so sorry this happened to you, Austin. I want to help you. Come with me. You can handle things here. No. He looks back up and meets my eyes. I told you I can't go back. Julia, you don't understand. I will hurt people. There's no place for me left in the world, not after what I've done here. Panic starting to accrue in the depths of my abdomen. I start to sweat and reason with Austin. I probably go to the stuff anyway. Not like we can have our operations leaked to the public. I'll try to find some help for you. Please, just let me help you. If you want to help me. He looks back into my teary eyes. Then shoot me. What? I can't do that, Austin. You don't have a choice. If you take me back, I might just snap again and kill everyone around. Both my eyes completely full of tears, now I blink them away and continue my desperate pleas. I can find help for you. There is no helping me, but I can make this easier for you. Huh? He raises his right hand and points his handgun at me. Now you really have no choice. No one will blame you. What? It's in self-defense, Jules. What are you doing? 3. Oh my god. Austin, don't do this. 2. Please. Please just hear me out. 1. Swinging through my tears, I turn my head away. Thank you. Austin falls backward and lands next to Monika's body. Gripping my handgun as hard as I can, I scream out and throw it to the side. Why? Why did it have to be this way? Kima's and Julia, my index friend, struggles to put pressure on the trigger. Hopefully she's a lot stronger than I, because I can't do it. A sudden force urging from my chest starts to throw me backward. She actually did it. I'm proud of you, Jules. Thank you. When the back of my head hits the cold hard ground, I expect to feel pain, and much to my surprise, I don't. I don't feel anything, actually. Using the remaining reserve of strength I have left, I turn my head to the side and look at Monika. Reaching my hand to hers, I grab her hand and grip it in mine. Intertwining our fingers, my eyes focus back on the stars above. God damn, bro. I mean, I would screenshot this for the thumbnail, but it's a little bit dark for the thumbnail. It's a little bit dark. I mean, this is a dark game, you know what? Screw it. Screw it at this point. I'm sorry, Monika. I failed to protect you like I promised. I wish I would have killed Hagashida before he left. The son of a bitch took off as soon as I started firing. Another thing I failed to do. The intense tingling feeling that covers my body starts to go numb. First, my legs. Next, the tips of my fingers. Now, my arms. I guess you win, Hagashida. With both Monika and I dead, your identity behind all this is hidden. Julie doesn't know the information I was told a bit ago, but knowing her tenacity, she won't stop until she finds whoever was behind all this. One day she'll find you, Hagashida, and when she does, I'll see you in hell. Damn. Is this him? It's time to rest after all this. Oh, Julie, my condolences. Assistant Director. Fuck. I know if I back anymore, I start crying alone in my car. I don't know what to like. Will the game let me play a different ending now, or like? Oh. Okay. Okay. So hold on. maybe instead we sit and talk. I get some leeway against him and get him to talk. Yeah, maybe this way this will get us the good ending. maybe in some capacity we can get some sort of good ending. Hopefully. I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's some form of a good ending here, because I don't want to end this episode with, like, us dying with Monika. I don't want that to be the ending of this episode. I really don't. I'd prefer that to not be the ending of this episode. I don't know about y'all, but I just, yeah, kind of don't. That leave kind of it leave kind of a sour taste in my mouth if this episode were to end with Monika being dead and all. Wow, just wow. How to get good ending for Monika Rao. Okay. I'm not gonna follow it, don't worry. I want to see this first. I want to see what this leads to first, but Alton. Okay, no. Let me just see if I can find. I'm trying to figure out how I can get the good ending. Again, I'm not going to look at anything that will show me. I want to see this first, but I at least want to pull up something that will help, yeah. Okay. I have it pulled up now. Now, before I look at if we get stuck with this, again, I want to go through this first and see if this leads to a good ending, and if it does, then, well, it's perfect. If it leads to a good ending with Monika, perfect. But I want to view this first. I want to see what happens here first. If we don't get a good ending from sitting and talking with him instead, then I will look at the video that I pulled up and see how we get the good ending, if this doesn't lead to it. Turn away from my wall customer and grab a spare chair. He curiously watches me as I bring the chair next to him and sit down in it. Leaning on the backrest, I look down at the ground. Staring at the minor cracks and indentations of the concrete floor, I fortify my resolve by picturing Monika's smiling face. Even the stern face she had on when I was teaching her to fight. Thinking of the motivation I needed to see myself through this. She has been strong all this time, and I have been the one to struggle. I know you want to do this all on your own, but I want to help you. I can just stand by idly and let my boyfriend fight not only his battles, but mine on top of that. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry, but I'm just not the girl who wants someone to fight her battles for her. It's something that we have to fight through together. You're not a lone wolf anymore. You have someone by your side to help. Heh, that's right. This is our fight, and it's not over yet. I don't want to lose you. I'm forcing myself to do things I never intended to do just to keep you safe. I brought that suffering here on you, and I promise I will make this right. I've been allowing myself to stray further and further from who I am as a human being. All my enemies are monsters, and my only choice is to be their slayer. However, he who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster, because if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. Rotating my eyes to Do as I finally speak and break at the silence. Do, I'm gonna ask you a personal question. You're going to answer it. I don't think I have much a choice now, do I? How far are you willing to go to protect the ones you love? Both a peculiar and relevant question, kid. But I'll do something that I wouldn't normally do. Sometimes you have to take those risks. Another real question here is, what risk are you planning to take to save your precious Monika? No, you have it wrong. Eh? That question was directed to you personally. You attacked my girlfriend and turned her life into a living hell that'll take years to recover from. It's only fair I bring the same hell to your family. What? Keep my voice off neutral, he grits his teeth and angrily growls back at me. How far are you willing to go to protect the ones you love, Do? The room fills again with a heavy silence that weighs on both of our shoulders. See? Torturing is not always the way. I mean, we got the bad ending. We got the bad ending, which, we both died, so Yeah. Looks on the room, anxiety filling his hypocritical soul. The fear emanating from him makes me smile. He tries to speak, but it looks as if he can't speak the words out of his mouth. Perfect, this is just the opportunity I was waiting for. Now I can exploit his fear and weakness to my advantage. What? Are you unable to speak? Is it because you fear what I'm going to do to your wife and child? Or is it that you're speechless because you're completely helpless right now? Which is it, Doe? I'm waiting for your answer. You think your petty intimidation tactics are going to work on me? I know it will. I can see the fear and panic inside of your eyes. I can read you like a book now. I've overcome what has been my problem since day one of this. Why are you so calm about this? Your girlfriend has been taken, and if you go after my family, nothing will change. Aren't you scared? Scared, huh? I mean, it feels no fear is no heart, but for me, I know fear does not control me. Tch. He curses under his breath and looks at the floor, half defeated. The fight that's left in his eyes diminishes by the second. Reaching over, I grab hold of his hair and force him to look at me. I'm going to tell you this only once, and this will be your final opportunity to save not only yourself, but your family. Because I want you to know. I turn to his eyes and at the coward within his soul. Tell me where they're holding Monika, and I will see to it your family isn't harmed. But I refuse to say the same thing about you. Innocent people were hurt tonight because of you. Anyone to hurt my family over that? There are others out there besides me that wouldn't even think twice about putting a bullet in your loved ones. You're lucky that I'm giving you this final chance. He shuts his mouth and deliberates internally about what to do. His facial expression showed me the varying levels of anxiety he experiences as he mulls over betraying his country for his family. Or he can remain loyal to his country and sacrifice to the ones he loves. If I'm in this position, my answer will be obvious. After a tense sounds hanging in the air, Doe looks back down at the ground and hides his face from me. And drops the liquid fall from his face and onto his torn and dirty suit. I can't tell you where Monika is. I refuse to. You're more despicable than I ever could have expected. I hope you're happy with your decision, Doe. Goodbye. He joyously avoids arguing with me and cries silently. I was expect the manager to sacrifice his family to react. Standing up from my seat, I tore the door and leave him to reflect on what he has just done. Closed the door to the cell, leaving the broken man behind, and turned to face Julia. She looks at me expecting a concerned or panicked outburst from me. But the fear I had when this all started is gone. I do maintain my usual expression and lean against the wall. Julie's the first to speak and break the silence. What do you want to do, Austin? Leave his family be. The suffering he feels currently is more than enough to destroy him internally. The man just willing to sacrifice his wife and son to his enemies. But he will never see them again anyway, so he'll never know if we fall through with my threat or not. Thank God. I was worried about you for a minute there. Why is that? Well, what is with the sudden mood change? Shouldn't you be worried about saving Monika? We're gonna find her very soon. What? How can you be so certain? She has your cell phone, right? Julie's eyes light up. You're right, we traced my phone's GPS location. There you go. So, what you told him, that was all empty threats? He wants to do crazy things to protect what they love. He cares about his country and the job more than his family. I just happen to be on the opposite end of the spectrum. I would take Monika no matter the cost. Very obviously, and give me the location of your cell phone right now. With any luck, Monika still has it on her. Julie doesn't say another word and avidly walks past me. Her stride is with purpose, as if she has a renewed sense of pride. Shoving myself away from the wall, I ensure the door to Doe's cell is locked and follow her. Okay, so we're definitely more cheery. We're definitely not, broken inside or looking to murder countless people. I feel like this is definitely going to be I feel like already I have a feeling this is going to be a better ending. I have a feeling this is going to be a better ending. But hey, we'll see. As we walk into Julia's office, Miyuki stands up from Julia's desk and sits down on the couch. She looks at us curiously, waiting for the results of the interrogation. Miyuki, checks the location of my commissioned phone immediately. Yes, ma'am. Miyuki opens her laptop, sits on the couch, and starts to type away at it. Julia gets to her desk and looks back toward me. I unbutton my dress shirt and take it off, lying it across the back of one of the couches. Miyuki's eyes wander over to me as I rotate my arms and elbows to check for any hidden damage. Small scrapes, cuts, and bruises litter my chest side and lower abdomen, but nothing too serious. Satisfied with a quick med check, I look back down at the ruined shirt. Julia, give me another shirt, please. Okay. Julia reaches into a drawer in her desk and retrieves a black t-shirt. Julia keeps a spare shirt or two in her desk from me in the event I need to redress. When she tosses it across the room toward me, I catch it with my left hand and quickly put it on. Rotating my head side to side, I pop my neck and take a deep breath in. I look so calm given the situation. Being found starts to speak instead of stare. Ignoring her stupid question, I look back at Julia and unholster my handgun. Walking forward, I place my handgun on her desk and slide it toward her. Huh? Take it, I'm not gonna be needing it tonight. What do you mean? I have something else planned. Turning away from her, I head for the exit. Call me when you have Monika's location. Wait, you can't just leave. Open the door to her office, I casually walk out and close it behind me. Okay, we went from being, very erratic and murdering everyone to now we're very calm. What's with this change? What is with this change? What's with him? I have the same question. I don't know, earlier he was constantly afraid that. Ma'am? It was his fear. He finally overcame the fear he was hiding. I don't know what the catalyst was, but something changed when he went back in the cell. I looked down at his handgun, which is covered in blood and dirt. Those eyes of his, they've come back. Could it be that fictional title, The Reaper, really does apply to him now? I really hope this wasn't what Ashley and I were afraid of. Yeah, nah. Miyuki, find Monika's location fast. Am I cleared? Yes, nothing too serious here. The nurse feels around my back and my sides for any irregularities. Since I can't directly see or inspect my back properly, I came to the medical wing where the remaining staff gave me an emergency physical. The nurse from earlier immediately accepted my request. Did not mean to go to the menu, Mabby. You're going to continue physical activity. Why was it so important suddenly? I'm not finished with this night. What? After everything you did earlier, you're still going to continue fighting? I have to save someone I love. I never refuse to let anything stop me. She stops pressing against my back and walks in front of me. Her eyes being mine, she smiles weakly. Thank you for everything earlier. Don't thank me. Standing up from the examination bed, I put my shirt back on and leave the room. As I walk toward what used to be the front entrance, my phone goes off. Answering and listening for the caller's voice, I smirk when I hear the following words. We know where Monika is. I'm coming, Monika. Well, hey, perfect. After Julie reached Monika's location, I found out they brought her to the docks I had met Doe originally at. If Monika's still there, hopefully, they might be planning to call us and demand ransom for her, but I'll make sure they won't have that chance. Using one of my old hoodies, I put the hood on to cover my head. As I walk down the industrial street with cars passing by, I inch closer and closer to the docks. Locating a nearby alley, I duck into it quickly and immerse myself into the darkness. The moonlight shines down on the docks, casting shadows and figures every couple of feet. These shadows are my way of transportation. I wish I reached a small brick wall that I scale. Jumping down the other side, I duck down and look around. The varying colored storage crates line the docks up and down, creating little aisles. Okay. Oh, they're speaking Japanese. Finish up and go home. What are you guys ever gonna do with the girl? Better just get rid of her. Who goes farther is some big trade CEO. Holding the retractable baton in my hand, I bring it against both the men's knees, disabling them and bringing them down to the ground. As I look in disbelief, I, like a master swordsman flicking his wrist, slam the baton against the sides of their heads, aiming for the temple. When they drag them to the ground, I drag their unconscious bodies into the darkness. See, now the mod is specifying unconscious, so they're not dead. Adjusting my hood, I continue along the path they were following. Creeping further into the docks, a fork appears in the path ahead. But as I approach it, another man dressed in black turns the corner, face glued to his phone. It walks right past me. After he walks a decent distance away from me, I turn the corner and start heading toward the center of the docks. Okay. So different paths. One is us kind of going insane and, us going crazy, murdering all the men. And the other path is us doing this a lot more peacefully, being more stealthy. So instead of just murdering them and being aggressive as hell, we're being stealthy. It's kind of like The Last of Us. We're being very stealthy. Literally just like The Last of Us. We're being very stealthy. But I think I like this one more. I like this way more. I like the murderous part. Like, come on. You don't gotta murder all of them, man. Like, come on. You don't gotta murder all of them. Like, I like this path more. This road could turn into walls as I near the water. Bringing the distance over the wall and also gathering people near one of the industrial lots. If I keep heading down this way, I should be able to get to the lot within minutes. Loading myself on the wall, I speed my pace up and traverse along the wall. I get to a small stretch of wood that leads me to the industrial district. Two more of Higashi's operators down the stretch notice me. Wait a second, is that him? Get him! Someone go let the others know. Using the entire strength of my right arm, I slam the side of the baton against his head. He flies to the side and collides with the wall. Ooh, ow. The other tries to reach for the handgun attached to his hip, but I start swinging my baton at him. He swings forward his hand away from the weapon. He quits going for his gun and fights back. He holds his arms out to block my swing, simultaneously swinging his foot into my side. Using my free hand, I grab hold of his foot and wrap my arm around it. My hips pivoting, I force foot to bend opposite of the ankle, essentially turning it 180 degrees around. Oh, before there's a chance to scream and pain, swing his leg to the left, causing momentum to stumble him over. He desperately clutches at the side of my hoodie, taking it off me as he falls backward. A pain puff coming from his mouth that he takes the hoodie off to uncover his face. Your eyes. Grabbing both the unconscious men, I placed them in the shadows. Truly, the last two of these guys had radios. I brought their backs up against the wall to keep them vertical. Before I go any further, I speak of something that makes me freeze. Sort of guy just heard her voice. Monika? I turn around in circles to try and pinpoint that sound. I close my eyes to make it easier. A mobile call comes from my 7 o'clock. No, my 8 o'clock. Turn toward the noise, I reopen my eyes and start running. I think she's in the building up ahead. Jumping over the wall, I roll when I hit the ground to maintain my momentum and speed. Turning the corner and darting for the back door, 2 guards notice me. Oh boy. Going to the side, I reach the back door. Closing the baton and sliding it back into my pocket, I test the knob. It's unlocked. I open the door enough to slide into the building and quietly close it behind me. Walking in the cargo bay, I look around for any sense of Monika. Something scratches the ground from inside of the office building. A small foreman office sits on the left side of the cargo bay. Staying close to the door, I peer inside one of the windows. Monika sits on the floor with her head facing the ground. Her wrists are tied together with a zip tie. A single man dressed in professional clothes stands in front of Monika. Resting my head against the door, I listen to what he's saying. That's why you're here, girl, to lure that kid here. Let's stop selling calm already. We won't have all night. Yeah, I won't let you use me against him. I hate willful women. You want to be obedient and do whatever a man says. She rolls the sleeves up and looks down at Monika with an evil glare. You'll not send her finger on her. What? Huh? Terrified guy turns around to face me. You know more than a foot behind him. When he turns around, I reach out and grab his throat. He rears back into my eyes. Oh, I hear the door open. Retrieving the baton's handle from my pocket, I swing it out with my right hand to extend it. I'm gonna remember your face. What? Swing my right arm, I cock the baton in the air. Still against his skull, I let him fall to the ground. Austin! Toward her, I drop the baton and grab a small survival knife. Watch your wrist. When I say, I want you to lift your arms as fast as you can. Right. I press the knife, a blade facing down against the zip tie. Now. Monika throws her arms up while I force the blade down. The combination of actions breaks the zip tie and frees Monika. She immediately reaches down and wraps her arms around me. Are you okay? She nods while I visually inspect her arms and her face for any signs of damage. A few cuts, scrapes, and bruises, but nothing too serious. Thank God. What about you? They told me some awful things. I'm perfectly fine. Looking around, I offer my hand to Monika. Come on, let's get out of here. She accepts my hand with a warm smile. And here's a better screenshot for the thumbnail. Don't think for doing what I promised. I'm getting out of here and we're ending this. What about him? She nods towards the man on the ground. Leave him. He'll be taken care of later on. Let's go. I'm right behind you. Covering my weapon from the ground, I hand it to Monika. A weapon? You'll need it if I get overwhelmed. Monika grips the baton in her hands fearfully. Walking to the door of the office, I pulled open and exit the room and into the warehouse. Something catches my head to my left. Turning my head enough to capture them in my peripheral vision, it's a guy pointing something at my head. Pushing Monika back in the office with my left hand, I pivot my upper body to the right. A deafening explosion goes off near the left side of my face. Hot gas is expelled from the barrel of a firearm and blasts my face. My left hand practically scalding and impairing my vision, I reach out and grasp my assailant's arms. Throwing my knee into his abdomen, I throw him over my shoulder and contour his arms behind his back. Kicking him in the back of his neck, he falls limp. Austin, are you okay? I'm fine. Licking my eyes several times to rehydrate it, I endure the intense stinging pain coming from it. After seeing the unbearable burning, my eyes begin to regain its vision. Monika places her hand on my back and checks my ear. That was close, but I didn't notice it when I did. Hearing the quick patter of incoming footsteps, I grab Monika's arm and begin to lead her toward the exit. Stopping short before the door, I wait for our pursuers to enter. As I swing toward him, I lift my leg and kick against it. This unfortunate my kicks start crashing into those on the other side. Damn! Running inside, I grab one of the guards and throw him over my shoulder. Monika walks outside and swings the baton at someone coming in from our left. She manages to swing with a good amount of force too. The guy drops to his knees after it slams into his shoulder. Kicking the man to the ground, I hear several more pairs of footsteps running toward us. We need to move now. Grab Monika's wrist again, and I start running to the back of the lot toward the water. It's going downstairs and across the long, narrow stretches of wooden paths, we start to near the edge of the maritime district. Hearing running in front of us, I turn to the right and lead Monika back up some stairs into the aisles of storage containers. After turning another series of corners, Monika and I find ourselves at an open stretch that leads to the water. Several other men start to surround us, leaving our only option the sea behind us. We can't jump from here. Wreckage and debris are a hazard if we do. They're been closing us, but a single man in a suit steps out from the mess. Well, this is a surprise. I remember this man. Enzo Hagashida. Okay, yeah. Just a my count. You're a tricky one. I felt that since this is taking a bit longer than anticipated, I need to intervene. That's very ballsy of you. What if I shoot you right now? Granted, that would serve as death for me, but you would also fall too. I do not doubt that if you were to quick draw a firearm, I would die. But I didn't get to where I am today because I was fearful. That's something we have in common, right, Austin? And with that, I've learned that there are always going to be threats against you. With this world, you need to be strong to survive, so I take care of the threats against me, even if it's from some lower class citizen with no true influence at all. Or a foreign agent who got involved in something he never was meant to. So you had no problem hunting down an innocent girl just to keep her father quiet? Not at all. He looks out the sea behind me. I've lived a life of constant progression. I was born into the family of an avid and dedicated politician. Naturally, as a Japanese boy, my father looked to me to continue on the family path. So, I filled the shoes as a politician and worked my way up the ladder where I sit now, as any great businessman would do. Which, let me tell you something, young man. You've been the biggest thorn in my side ever since I heard about you. No one else would drag me from the comfort of Tokyo to carry out business. Wish I could say I was flattered. Now, with that said, all the men start walking toward us. Standing in front of Monika and keeping her back with my arm and prepare for whatever happens next. Okay, here's a good scene. Austin. Stay behind me, Monika. I can't take them all on at once. I reply to the first three on the left before the others can get me, but I need to buy enough time to give Monika a chance to run away. Keeping my stance, I stare at each one of them in the eyes, my fellow gaze laying upon Hagashida. He ensured a long stare until he raises his right hand and prepares to snap. No, damn it. Snap. Monika flinches and hides behind me, but I freeze my body in position regardless of what's going to happen. All of them lower their firearms and step back. What a resolve you have. Seconds before death, you maintain your status quo, never faltering for even a second. In that gaze, it can make even the most hardened warriors fearful. You know, you could potentially be an asset to me. He was going to kill us. What changed your mind? Your versatility. Knowing how strong your integrity is, you won't buckle under the most demanding of stress. You're not only capable of defending against the lethal Special Operations Strike Force, we know to be a ghost, taking out a large number of my guards here completely silently. Not killing a single one, mind you. Your set of skills are much more impressive to behold in person. So hear me out for a proposition. I'm in silent ready for anything to pop off suddenly. Take your girlfriend and leave. That is a gesture of goodwill from me. However, we're going to call on you one day. Who knows, if you happen to help us out when we need it, I've provided you a personal favor. And what will that be? Extending our umbrella of protection to dear Monika here. You continue to do things for me and I'll make sure she's kept safe from now on. How can you even think of asking someone like me this question? Give it some thought, you never know. You may need it in the coming years. With a chuckle, he turns around and waves his men off. You'll hear from me again soon, Austin. They all walk towards several incoming SUVs posted on the road ahead. When they get in the cars, they don't take any extra time waiting around and immediately leave. Why did he spare us? What does he mean they will call on me for a favor? Is he that cocky to let me go after learning everything? What a real piece of scum. Monika's hands on my shoulders cause me to turn around. Austin, is it over? The sky starts to glow blue as the sun rises from the darkness. It's dawn. Immediately coming to the overwhelming waves of emotions coursing through my veins, I look back from Monika's emerald eyes. Yes, Monika. It's over. And that's it. That's it. 1 month later, school hallway. Hey! We did it! The men are on our side and the music. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I miss this. I gotta be honest, I miss the Doki Doki music. I gotta be fully honest with you guys, I miss the music, okay? Don't judge me. We're into the hallway toward the club and I spot Monika waiting outside. When I approach her eyes light up and she immediately takes my hand into hers. Austin, why is it so dark? Why is she so dim? Like, what happened with the brightness in the game? There's... The brightness seems fine, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's not even a setting for brightness. I'm so lost. Hey, what are you doing waiting out here? You told me you're gonna be able to stay today, so I thought I would wait out here for you. Did you now? Of course, but first... Well, quickly after Robbie embracing me tightly. See, I miss the joyfulness. I miss the joyful Doki Doki-ness. I turn the gesture and wrap my arms around her. Monika softly whispers into my ear. I'm glad you can stay late today. It's been very lonely without you around. Well, Julie and I finished. That's our cleanup work. My afternoons are free again. She lifts her grip from my body and grabs my hand with both of hers. Go meet for a minute, I want to show you something. Molly turns around and starts to lead me down the long corridor. Turn left into an entirely different classroom. She closes the door behind us. Looking around the class, I scored this is the music room. Oh, reference to Doki Doki within. Molly walks over to a large piano and sits down onto its bench. So, over the last few months, I've been practicing piano. She smiles a couple times and flashes a hot smile. I think I'm very good at it yet, but I practiced real hard on this song. Because it's for you. Aww. What? Molly's other fingers start playing the piano. Immediately, a beautiful melody starts to fill the room. Knowing that she made the song for me makes my heart instantly feel as if it's been awakened from a long slumber. Over the last month, I haven't been able to see Monika much once everything was settled. I unfortunately what happened with Hagashida, and she has been working closely with upper admin about what to do going forward. But I had to help keep things calm and running smoothly at the field office. A lot of equipment was destroyed during the raid, and many people were hurt too. So as you can imagine, the normal daily routine was shot and had to be stabilized. With that, over the last month, Julie has been testing me with various jobs to help out. Since yesterday was my final temporary assignment, I was now free to return to the club after school. And with that, I get to hear this beautiful song. Off to my right, I look at the door to the class and notice it's slightly open. Natsuki, Yuri, and Sayori all peek in and listen. I decided to keep the presents a secret for now and walk over to the piano. Placing my hand on the top, I stand and watch Monika elegantly play her song for me. Laying back in my chair, I watch Yuri and Natsuki converse about the material differences between their writing styles. This is the 4th time they talked about it, I think. But normally they end up yelling at each other and one of them storms off. However, today was different. Both of them were talking to each other civilly and rationally, not something I would expect from any interaction between the two. Looking to my right, Monika smiles back at me. Leaning down, my eyes trace the connection between us. Her hands in mine, our arms outstretched to each other. However, this is all done secretly under the desks. Natsuki still complains when she sees me and Monika kiss. Something along the lines of, "I do holding hands under the desks." Her voice breaking me from that, so I turn my head to stare at her. What else would we be doing?
Don't ask me. Introducing you to a lovey-dovey.
I think it's delightful.
It's so cute.
Don't let it distract you from your activities. Remember to finish your poem, Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri, do you think your colliding writing styles could possibly help each other out?
What do you mean?
Your style towards the emphasis of descriptive words and comparisons. Natsuki's style relies on the raw power of simple words and emotions. Don't you think that if properly worked on, both those styles could supplement each other? Natsuki remains quiet. They looks down at her desk for a second and pondering to herself quietly. You may have a point, Monika.
I don't know. I don't want Yuri's style to corrupt mine, but it was to be an assignment, maybe.
Natsuki smiles and looks away from everyone. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, everyone. Monika addresses the club how she normally used to. Just that alone sets me at ease. Tuning out of Monika's speech, I look at each of the girls' faces. It's been exactly 1 month since that night. Even now, I couldn't believe the events of that night. Let me explain what happened to Julia. When I was at the checkpoint and she saw me carry Monika inside, she practically tied me down for answers. Not as much as scolded me for going on my own. But after explaining exactly how she had told me, she seemed to loosen up. And from that point on, there was silence. No one else followed Monika or me around. No other attacks occurred, and I didn't constantly look over my shoulder every day. However, about a week ago, there was a news report that caught footage of how she at the docks. Naturally, the press went on a frenzy and had a field day with Private the man's secretary. When Julia informed me of the report, I couldn't stop the cocky grin that formed. He did that directly to himself. I'm not responsible for that. So after some time of peace and quiet, I began to lower my guard. But it returns no more than a few minutes later. I can't let myself be vulnerable to any more threats. And whenever I have my guard down, something happens. So I push the risks aside and retain my guard at all times. But that isn't all bad. If it's for a purpose now, I might spend my time doing it. And my purpose now is to continue my existence with her. All of a sudden, my commission phone rings. And that's it. Your past doesn't define who you are, just gives you the starting point for who you're going to be. And yeah, that is it, guys. That's the credits for this game. Technically, we beat it. Fruits Literature Club, such a cool mod. Like, honestly, such a dope mod. I mean, I'm sure there are other routes. Like, I remember when I first started this playthrough, there are different routes. There are different routes for this game. Originally, I was planning to go through all the routes and show them all off, but I'll be honest, since the delay of this series, I've been thinking of just stopping this series here and moving on to other things, because while I love Doki Doki content, while I love recording this stuff for you guys, while I love making content on these visual novel mods, it just, I don't know, it's not that I've really gotten sick of it. It's just, I prefer playing games on, like, my Switch, like, you know, interactive games. I prefer playing interactive games on my Switch or Switch 2 now, you know, Switch 2 now. But I prefer playing games on this. I prefer playing games that actually have you, like, interacting. Like, games that actually have you interacting, it just, yeah, and oh my god, look at this. This thing is, like, the size of my head, literally. Jesus. Thing is literally the height of my head. I just realized that. That's kind of crazy. If anything, it's bigger than my head, goddamn. A game console being bigger than my head, that's crazy. Either way. I mean, it's not that crazy, but either way, very fun series. Runner-up mod of the year 2018. Best you can innovative mod. Yeah, this mod, I was back in 2018, according to the credits at least. But hopefully you all enjoyed the series on Doki Doki Fruits of the Literature Club. If you want this to continue, I have thought about ending the series here after the Monika route because, yeah, let's Fruits and Fruits. All the love support you've given us. Thank you for this mod. The dev team who worked on this mod, thank you for this incredible mod. Thank you for this great experience. Interesting mod. Very interesting mod. It's so different. It's much more serious, but it's a good mod. Yes, it's serious, and yes, it contains like certain violent things, but it's generally a good mod. It was fun. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the series and look forward to possibly more Doki Doki content. I will leave that up to you guys, though. trust me, while I would love to play more Doki Doki mods on the channel, I think I'm going to end it with Doki Doki Convergence. As I did say I would play it. Don't worry, I will play it, don't worry. I told you guys after we did this mod series that I would play Doki Doki Convergence. I will play that mod, don't worry. Doki Doki Convergence will be the next Doki Doki mod playthrough on the channel, and possibly the final one. Potentially the final one. I don't know for sure, but Doki Doki Convergence might be the final mod playthrough on the channel. We'll see. Depends on what you guys want. If you guys want me to keep playing Doki Doki games on this channel, then let me know in the comment section down below, and actually I'll put up a poll. If you guys want me to continue this series, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more Doki Doki content, vote on the poll I will put up after this video vote on the poll that is up. I probably will have posted it by now, but either way, hopefully you enjoyed this series and look forward to more Doki Doki content from me with Convergence and just generally more gaming content from me. Good mod. Really enjoyed this experience. It's such a fun one. Like, it's just so interesting. And is that girl Miyuki? Don't tell me, is that girl Miyuki or who is that girl? I'm very curious. But yeah. I don't know if I'll continue this series, honestly. I think I'm just gonna end it here because it's been so long in between episodes, and I feel it's kind of perfect ending it on Valentine's Day. I feel it's kind of perfect ending the series with this. You know, I feel like if we were to go along with the other girls, it would just be kind of the same thing, running from these guys and, you know, defending the girls. Of course, the different girls will probably have their own separate story and all that. It'd definitely be different, but let me know. Do you guys want this series to continue? I've thought about ending this series here just because Fruits Literature Club, it is a great mod, but I thought about ending this series here because honestly, I'm just kind of done with the mod. I do like it, but it's too serious. I miss the cheery, to say the least. I miss the cheery Doki Doki games. I miss like World of Dreams Within. I miss the cheeriness of Doki Doki. While I love this mod, I miss the cheeriness of Doki Doki. So I think I might end the series here just because, I don't know, I just kind of don't want to continue it. But again, if you guys want me to continue this series, let me know in the comment section down below, or by voting on a poll I'll put up. Just let me know. Do you guys want the series to continue? Let me know. Either way, that'll do for this one. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. If you're new and you want to see a Doki Doki Convergence from me and other gaming content, click on that subscribe down below. Trying to hit 1K subs by the end of the year. Please subscribe, trying to 1K subs. Click on that bell, all, so that you're notified when I post a video or when I'm going live so you on the content. And yeah, just again, subscribe on the road to 1,000 subscribers. See you all in their video. Hopefully you all enjoyed this series. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe there's more. Either way, see you all later with either Doki Doki Convergence or the continuation of this series. See you all next time. Peace out.